Malaysia is a trade-dependent country that depends on export and import of products and services. Some of the key export products in Malaysia are electronics, semiconductors, palm oil, liquefied natural gas, petroleum products, and rubber. China, Singapore, the United States, and Japan are some of a major export partner of this country. Next, electrical machinery, chemicals, cars, and medical equipment are the key of imports products in Malaysia. Imports help maintain a balance with exports that enhance global competitiveness.
So for the next part, we will cover about the Malaysia's trade landscape. So in this part, I will go through about the Malaysia's major exports and imports, and also Malaysia's major export destination and key import sources. So Malaysia's major export includes electronic and electrical products, petroleum products, palm oil and palm-based products, and lastly, machinery and equipment. Moreover, for the Malaysia's major imports also includes machinery and equipment, chemicals and chemical products, iron and steel products, and lastly, food products such as dairy, meat, cereals, and also rice. Furthermore, we will go through to the Malaysia's major export destinations. Malaysian major export destinations are Singapore, China, the United States, European Union, and also Japan. And lastly, Malaysia's key import sources are mostly from China, Singapore, the United States, Japan, and also Thailand.
So for the next slide, I will present to you the role of import and export in economic development. So for the first point is boosting GDP and economic growth. For export, it can generate revenue and support domestic economic growth through reinvestment. For imports, it provides access to goods, technologies, and resources, and it also can boost productivity and efficiency, economic growth. So, for the second point is promoting innovation and technological advancement. So, for export, it encourages domestic firms to innovate and enhance their product. For the second point, it can increase global competitiveness by pushing industries to meet international standards. So for imports, it enables local industry to upgrade their infrastructure and foster innovation and technological improvements. Third point is enhancing consumer choice and living standard. For export, it can create jobs and increase wages and provide better employment. So for import, it offers consumer a wider variety of goods, drive domestic companies to improve efficiency and cost effectiveness. So for the next part is government strategies and initiative to reduce the dependency on imported products. First point is agricultural investment. Malaysian government has invested 12 million to modernize the onion farming. For the second point is food security measures. Policies like rice subsidies help farmers to improve yields and reduce dependency on imports. Third point is trade barriers and import regulation. Enforce trade barriers like dairy products. Last point, economic diversification and innovation. The government promotes sectors like technological and renewable energy to reduce import reliance. So we go to the next slide, the government strategies and initiative to diversify the export to another country. For the first point is expanding e-commerce. The government supports businesses to sell market online to global markets. So secondly is developing the tourism sector. Malaysia promotes tourism-related products like souvenirs and travel service for exports. So for the third point is promoting palm oil export. Malaysia ensures sustainability practice on its palm oil industry to meet global industry. For the last point is boosting export of digital service. The government supports digital service like software and online education for export.
Balance of trade and economic implication in Malaysia. The definition of trade balance is the difference between a country's export and imports. Trade surplus occurs when exports exceed imports, while trade deficit occurs when imports exceed exports. Malaysia typically enjoys a trade surplus due to its strong export sectors like electronics, oil and gas, palm oil, and natural resources. This country has maintained a positive trade balance in recent years, supported by strong demand for electronics and natural resources from countries like China, Japan, and the United States. A positive trade balance gives economic impacts in the country which help strengthen the Malaysian ringgit and contributes to increased national income, higher government revenue and more employment opportunities. Last but not least, some of factors influencing trade balance are global demand, strong demand for key exports, especially electronics and natural resources. Second, oil prices. Malaysia's status as an oil exporter being global, oil price changes significantly impact its trade balance. Third, exchange rate. A stronger ringgit can make export more expensive, while cheaper imports can affect the balance.
Next, we will continue to the Malaysia's challenges in trade. So, we go to the first one. Global economic uncertainties happen because of the slowdown in major economies of the United States and China, and also because of the geopolitical issue between the United States and China. Additionally, due to the geopolitical issues between the United States and China, create uncertainty, where potential tariffs and trade restrictions can disrupt supply chains, impacting Malaysia. This also could raise costs for Malaysian exporters and reduce demands in these key markets. For the next one is commodity prices volatility. Commodity prices refers to the fluctuation in prices of raw materials and primary goods. This happens because of the dependency of Malaysia, which relies heavily on commodity exports including palm oil and rubber. For instance, palm oil prices have been volatile due to the shifting global demand and competition from other vegetable oils. Last but not least, challenges faced by Malaysia in trading is competition from regional economies. This happened because of the neighboring countries such as Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand are becoming strong competitors in manufacturing and agriculture areas where Malaysia once excelled. For instance, Vietnam and Indonesia are attracting significant foreign direct investment, particularly in high-tech and green energy industry due to their business-friendly reform and government incentive that outshine Malaysia. Lastly, it is also because of the Malaysia higher labor costs compared to countries like Vietnam and Cambodia, which affect its competitiveness in labor-intensive industries such as textile and manufacturing. Therefore, those are the challenges faced by Malaysia in trading.
Next, I will talk about contribution of exports to the economy in Malaysia. First is diversification of market. Malaysia exports a variety of products, including electronics, E&E products make up about 40% of exports, palm oil, petroleum, machinery, and textile. Diversification ensures resilience against global market shocks. Next is economic growth. By exporting to diverse markets, Malaysia mitigates risks associated with domestic economic slowdowns and ensure a steady inflow of foreign currency. This growth was largely supported by export-oriented sectors. Last but not least is contribution to GDP. In 2023, about 68.42% of Malaysia's GDP was derived from export. This shows the economy's strong reliance on international trade for growth. By exporting goods and services, Malaysia generates revenue. As for the conclusion, exports generate significant revenue, support employment, and strengthen Malaysia's foreign exchange reserve. Imports are also equally vital as they provide access to essential goods, raw materials, and advanced technologies that Malaysia cannot produce efficiently and domestically.